I was able to track their drone, the drone's location since it was latched onto my GPS, and it's basically hijacked it and used it as its own, as camouflage. So I can't detect it, what it doing that, since it's you know, since it's cloaked as a regular device. Since basically it's cloaked as my device is what it's doing basically. So it basically is using it as a cloaking, so that the app won't basically pick it up as far as the tracking thing that I'm basically doing. So it won't pick it up as an actual drone, even though it is a drone. But despite that, it still allowed me to basically get something very peculiar when I started searching it. It's the exact location on the map, and this is what I got. Now, as you see, 7th Avenue NW, when I checked on the map, it would basically show where like my exact device's location is, right? It would show that. Each time I kept switching out and switching back in, the area changed. Well, not every time, but like every so often it would. But like it would just like as soon as I started realizing it, like they would like quickly change it back. But eventually, I keep catching them in the act when it actually keeps bringing up this location, as well as two others as well, two other different locations. I still don't have the other two docked down, unfortunately, but I do have this. As you see, 7th Avenue, new, guess that means northwest. 7th Avenue Northwest. You see the building, how that is. Now I can do a GPS location locator to see what that building looks like and to see exactly what that building is. That L-shaped building is the exact location as to where this thing brought me to. So as you see that, this is zoomed out. I zoomed out again. You see where that is. I zoom out again, and then you keep seeing where it is. You keep seeing it more and then more, and then there you go, Washington. That's a location close to Washington. And that's exactly where this drone's stationed, where they pretty much are sending data to. So I don't think this is no coincidence at all. This for everybody who sees this, you need to check out my other channel, because I have caught a lot of evidence that exposes these gang stalkers. I've caught them siphoning data from my device to basically using Apple AirPods or whatever the hell they call this thing. Using this to basically they're basically are stealing data from my phone, pretty much. So basically are illegally latched onto my network. They do not have any authorization nor consent for me to do this. And they're doing this even now as I speak. So basically I went out, did some reconnaissance. I caught some different things, and I basically have figured out like I caught this box that was in the at the local bridge, right? At the local bridge. And this box just so happened to be the same one that has the exact same antenna of where this guy, when they were first installing it, right? Now, I was walking across the bridge a while ago before that box was there. The guy had that antenna literally waving it around as I was passing by him. He walked over to where I was passing by. That is not a coincidence. And when I walked up to it, basically to get a good image of this antenna, this box, it was pointed at this, military facility. It's literally pointed directly at this damn military facility that's hidden behind the shopping district. And even more suspicious, right next to that military facility is a damn center. Is something. The name of it will speak for itself. Remember how they use these weapons to get in your to get to your neurons? I think the name of that location speaks for itself. Just check the video out when it's uploaded. I'll leave a link in the description. Most of you are aware of my other channel, but you definitely need to check that stuff out, because there is some seriously important evidence. Vulcan Wolverine, Kyle, if you are seeing this, you need to check that out, because I'm pretty certain those are the same people who are targeting you and your family as well. So if anybody sees this, if you have any direct contact to Kyle, let him know about that so he can also look into that too. The apps don't lie, and I'm pretty certain he can trace all of this back to them as well. Stay safe, everybody, and stay strong. But also, before I end this video, I want to warn people. Just earlier today, I went to go shopping for some extra supplies from the local market down the street from here, and I was being radiated on my way down there. Now, it wasn't until like on my way back. It was on my way back headed home. They was using these weapons to basically, out of an attempt to blind me. So it was like, it literally was basically like Nano swirling around all around my eyes, trying to blind me as I was basically walking down the sidewalk. Now, there is incoming traffic on my right-hand side as they're doing this. So the time is 2:10. This happened sometime between 1 and 2 on my way back. By the time I even make it in the apartment complex again, I'm being psyoped. I'm being gaslighted. After there was an attempt to basically take my life. So I just want the people to understand what that is. That if anything happens to any CI who gets too close to the truth, this is no coincidence. It is no accident. And anybody who is participating in aiding these people into this when they gaslight, understand that you're technically are an accessory to attempted murder. I had my recording going on for the Gauss meter as I was walking out, and I do have proof of the readings of me being hit with radiation. This cannot be discredited, as that Gauss meter basically detects what? Radiation levels. Now, strangely enough, it wasn't detecting anything from the device I was using that, you know, to record it, and it was practically up against it. So it wasn't detecting that, but, you know, something else whenever I was being hit. So with that in mind, it was very beneficial for me to use that, because as proof, they were cutting it on and then they were cutting it off. Excuse me. But I shouldn't have. I've already told people about this, like as soon as I was going to get that evidence, that I was more damn certain that I was going to get, that it was going to get dangerous. I was not joking about this. I was not playing around with this, because these people who are doing this are scared because they know they could face some serious time for what they're doing. Even if they were to basically do something even right now, that would also still do, that would basically expose them now. It would expose them, obviously, because there's a reason why I showed my location, and it was because now I know where they're at. I know where they're coming from, and I know where their base of operations are. They can't hide anymore. They can't, because I know where this equipment is coming from now. I know it because it's basically becoming way too obvious when you see it. The trail doesn't lie. The trail leads all the way down over into that area, and they're basically going all the way from there all the way to where I'm at, and they're hiring goons throughout the neighborhood to basically do the gaslighting, while they're off to the side, hidden somewhere, hitting me with these damn weapons. Now, there's a way for me to get evidence that there is streams of Wi-Fi, the Wi-Fi with that extra space to it, that is being streamed through my my living space. Now, that's going to be proof that that is a weapon being used on me without consent. That's considered assault, okay? When you use weapon like these are deadly weapons, so technically that's still attempted murder. When you are basically helping people like that, when you're being paid off, that is basically aiding into attempted murder. That's like accessory to it. This is why this whole thing is such a big deal. TIs, when you get the evidence you need to let your location be known. You have to do that. It is very important that you do that, because so people will know precisely where you are and where this is happening. The enemy already knows your location. They know where you're at. But you need people who are on your side to know where you're at too when you find this information. Because when it comes to this, they're going to feel very threatened. I shouldn't even have to tell anybody to, to be very careful out there. Vulcan, this goes for you too, because they're probably just as worried on your side as they are mine, because they're getting very, very sketchy now, a lot more than usual. I'm about to end this video now. The time is 2:14. It's a Saturday, June 27th.